So today we have a full moon lunar eclipse in the sign of Virgo. So what does this mean? Well, it can bring illumination to areas or aspects of our life when we're talking about Virgo that may have something to do with our service, our work, our routines, that kind of sense of bringing order into our lives is what we might be being called for, something that needs to find a bit more order. And here we have the Knight of Swords charging through sort of with this awareness, saying, right, cut through the noise, cut through the clutter. We actually need to get some order in here. Let's put things in their place. And with this starts as a mental suit. And so the Knight of Swords is looking at where can we clear up that clutter that might be in our mind. And it's not just about clutter, it's actually about our thought processes, things like that, where can we bring more order to the thoughts that we're processing? Where can we catch ourselves instead of allowing things to spiral? Our knight is sort of taking charge here and causing us to think about this as our moon sits in Virgo. Organization. And we also have the Seven of Cups. The seven here is representing almost sort of, you can almost see the clutter, can't you? That Virgo is sort of attending to. It's saying, where can I put this into order? And it feels disordered here in the Seven of Cups. Lots of choices or possible decisions to be made and everything up in the air, shrouded in mystery with that sort of sense of uncertainty, not knowing which direction to take perhaps, not knowing what will turn out for the best. Things that might appear on the surface to offer a good opportunity may feel as if they could come with some level of pain later on perhaps. So when we have this full moon in Virgo, it's saying it's time to get up. Here we're getting, the cards are saying it's time to get your thoughts in order. There are opportunities, there are things that we need to look at and we need to face. And when we're looking at the cups here, we're talking about emotions. So perhaps this is the time to focus on some of those emotional responses, or I should say reactions that we have. And where can we stop being triggered by these external sort of factors? And we have the World card, offering us a mirror, asking you to look at your own reflection. What in the world is being reflected to you at the moment? What people in your life are showing up? And what are they saying to you? And what feelings are surfacing because of the situations that arise? Our World card is certainly asking you to see these people and these situations as a mirror of what's going on inside of you. And so with this lunar eclipse, we're shining a light on that and saying it's time to get your thoughts and your reactions in order. Where can you catch yourself and recognize that triggers, things that upset you, are actually calling on you to sit quietly and recognize we're actually stirring inside and allow those feelings to be felt. If you're enjoying the cards, I do ask that you like and subscribe to the channel. It really does make a difference, and a great big shout out to those of you who've already done so. I appreciate you. And now, if you're willing and able, I'm going to take you into a short meditation with the cards. So close your eyes and see if you can center yourself for a moment. And just see what thoughts are active at the moment. What's been popping up or surfacing in your life recently? And have you felt like it's been a bit of a battle, that you're having to push through things? And maybe you've been triggered and you've sort of reacted. Our Knight of Swords appears to be reacting to something that hasn't felt right. And now I want you to imagine As Shakespeare said, the whole world is a stage. Where can you see those loved ones, those people around you, the situations that have arisen recently? Where can you see them as an act, as a play, as a mirror for you? And just like you wouldn't start screaming at an actor if they said something to you that was triggering an emotional response with you, where can you not do that to your friends and family at this time? Where can you catch yourself and see them as a play and see and just observe what's playing out? It's time to take a little bit more control over your reactions. Where can you become more of an observer? See your outside world as a stage. And what's it reflecting to you? And it seems that there is this sort of, the Seven of Cups energy can feel like a sickening to the stomach, a complete overwhelm. And yes, we do have a full moon today. So thoughts, ideas, situations might be stimulating some emotional response that feels out of control. Or there may be some real fear residing underneath choices that you may need to face. Where the cards are asking you, can you just sit with that, no matter how uncomfortable, and see what arises? And many of these feelings may be linked back to something in your childhood that you may or may not be able to recognize. You don't have to be able to trace everything back to its first sort of bearing on you, if you like, the initial circumstance. It's enough to just sit with the pain of whatever it's confronting you with. Whatever feeling or emotion you're feeling, feel it fully. Be very present with it. When we spend enough time sitting with this discomfort, it can start to dissipate, given time. And so a world card is celebrating this step. The fact that you are now ready to face your mirror, to face those outside circumstances and people that come in your life, literally to reflect back who you are. And it doesn't mean that your day-to-day person is this, but there are aspects of you that you may have kept hidden or suppressed that are popping up in these people. Just literally there to set you up. So that you can start to become aware of what's hiding beneath. And learn to bring yourself into presence with this. That is the gift of the present. The present of the present. Sit with it. Allow it to come. Allow that feeling to overcome you if necessary. Sit with it long enough until you start to feel the sensation leave. And it may not do it instantaneously. It may take time. And sometimes it can be helpful to write these feelings down, just sheer pouring it out on a page, whatever's coming up for you. It gets it out of the inside and out onto the page, releasing it in some way from being locked down within you. Just start to observe. Become the audience in the play that's being put on for you at this time. And celebrate. It may feel really uncomfortable right now, but celebrate that this is the first step. This awareness and sitting with it. It's the first step in putting your world, your inner being, into order, which is just what Virgo is asking us to do. In your own time, you could come back to the room and open your eyes. So the cards here today saying, yes, there may be things in your life at this time with a full moon in Virgo that suggest you need to get back to some routines, that you need to do some practical things to put your life in order, some tidying up perhaps. But the cards here were saying, let's catch those thoughts. Let's catch those thoughts before they turn into these overwhelming emotions. And let's recognize them for what they are. They're a mirror. So let's sit and spend the time that we have at this lunar eclipse facing that mirror head on and celebrating the fact that you're now able to start that process of healing by letting that awareness of the feelings surface. Have a wonderful day.